Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to me, Dave Pumphouse, continuing this lovely little Kriegsspiel for your enjoyment at home. It is, coming up to 1:45 in the afternoon on this lovely day in 1648 in North Essex, and not a lot has changed. I'm sure you can understand with regards to Honywoos and Gourdon. They're just waiting. Although this turn, Honywood is going to get that message that Fairfax sent to him to watch the headgate. Whether that will mean that he moves some regiments down to the south is anyone's guess. I mean, he might just send his cavalry. I mean, that might be a more clever thing to do. Skirmish down at the head gate continues as these mixed regiments are in the house shooting backwards and forwards, and amazingly enough, Delborough and Barkstead moving their men slowly across into Mersey Road to try and challenge this cavalry here that hasn't really moved, although I would suppose that would he get that this turn? Yeah, we can give it to him. As the crow flies, let's not be too cruel, you know. If it's closer to rather than further away. I know with regards to Honywood, I left it, but I mean, yeah, that's just the way things go. Fairfax has moved his cavalry round. He wants to challenge the royalist cavalry from the south. But let's be honest, I mean, if cavalry saw infantry advancing and saw some Parliament cavalry moving, they just move back. They just retreat. They just be like, okay, let's just kite them over here, and then, or even seeing the fact that the infantry's so far away, they could probably challenge Coleman and Delborough. Maybe we should roll for that. But what we'll do instead is the guns at Balkerne Gate. How they fire. Do they fire with good or bad effect? A bad effect and a good effect. Right, okay. So we can kind of get rid of that one, but yeah, just see the damage that it does. A 1, lands on the walls. Now if this is a 4, 5 or 6, it certainly damages the gate. And it's 1. Doesn't do a damn thing. Now, I should say that Fairfax also asked me a question yesterday. Can artillery fire hot shot? And I was like, hot shot, artillery and hot shot. Now, I looked on Wikipedia and I was just like, would hot shot be a thing at this point in time? Now, the first ever recorded successful use of hot shot was in 1579 in Poland, and we are in 1648. The religious wars in Europe have been going on for quite a few years, backwards and forwards, as Protestants and Catholics are strangling each other, trying to prove who's better than who. I mean, in some respects they still are, but so I thought, yeah, okay, let's, this game is a narrative game. We're going to let players do what they want to do, so long as it is, in the context and in the spirit of the game. And so this artillery is going to start using hot shot to try and set fire to some of these houses. So probably won't do too much damage to any troops, but it might bad effect with a 1. We'll say no houses are on fire yet, but the Royalists will note that the Parliamentarians are starting to use hotshot. It was good thinking on the part of Let's Play History there. Good old Jan. I mean, I'd certainly never thought of it, but yeah, we'll give the Royalists something to think about inside the town as Royalist. I mean, as Parliamentarian hotshot starts raining down, and they notice that some of the cannonballs are smoking and red hot coming out of the barrel. But that is all she wrote. Again, for 1:45. Yeah, we just. I mean, I kind of just want this gate to full, you know, just for something to do, so players don't get too bored. But I mean, the dice are the dice, right? You're just gonna have to play to the dice. So I can't rig it for Parliament. They just have to deal with what they want to deal with. They could play to their advantage if they get Cook's regiment, or maybe Gourdon might come down to the south. I don't know. But yeah, we're just kind of waiting for the walls and the gates to fall, and then either the Royalist counterattack or Parliament. What I'll do is I'll probably combine this video with another video for speed's sake, and yeah, we'll see you then. But I reckon I reckon we'll probably only get another week and a half worth of action. We'll let them have an attack or a counter attack or something, and then we'll call it. We don't want to get too silly, and we don't want everybody to die. Yeah, that's just unrealistic. So, I mean, technically we could maybe call it here if the cavalry retreat. But I mean, that's a fair point, actually. What do they do? Now they're not going to attack the infantry. These guys know better. But having the Royalist, having seen Fairfax and his cavalry go to the south here, maybe they might fancy their chances. Yeah, it's 350 versus over 500. Maybe they might fancy it. You know? So we'll say on a 1, 2 or 3 they'll stay where they are, and on a 4, 5, 6 they'll move to engage. The infantry's not going to be fast enough to reach them. So yeah, let's do that. They'll stay where they are then. Okay. That's what happens when you leave it up to the dice, I suppose. But yeah, we'll get the reports to players, and then we'll see what they want to do. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Hello everybody, and welcome back. It is coming up to 2 o'clock, and we've just reported to the Parliamentarians on Broomheath, which is Colonel Gourdon and Sir Thomas Honywood. He's received that message now. I can delete that. That the Balkerne Gate is all but destroyed. They scored 2 solid hits with a 6 and a 5 at good effect on the gate. So we're going to say that is destroyed now. There's no point going up to 6. We'll be here all day. So it's 5 points. Let's just settle it. Just say that the gate can now be breached and they can launch their attack. They've been very patient gentlemen. We're going to let them do what they will. The hot shot has also scored a couple of bad hits, but they've been shelling it for half an hour. Let's just say there's a couple of mini fires going on down in the south. The townsfolk are starting bucket chains and what have you. Build the tension up ever so slightly, just a little bit. There's some skirmishes outside the walls, but again, they're both in hard cover. They're just rolling bollocks, kind of dice, really. Out in the east, Barksted and Major Delborough have pushed the cavalry back. Haven't fought, haven't engaged. I'm just well, in fact, I rolled another 1 as to what this cavalry was going to do. Yeah, that's the risk that you take when you kind of letting an NPC commander just do what he wants. So I'll just kind of come up with logical dice, and 4, 5, 6 he'll attack the cavalry down here, and a 1, 2, 3 he'll retreat, and who knows, maybe he'll kite them away. Maybe Fairfax down here might want to ride up to Old Heath Road and engage. Maybe, Lucas was kind of hinting at a counter attack, and I was kind of hoping for it, just to, it was probably going to be a winning move 45 minutes ago, but unfortunately I don't think he's going to make it. It would have been a good fight down here, probably would have ended the game in all respects, but maybe it's for the best that we leave it up to Gourdon and Honywoos. They haven't really done much yet, so they're going to have the final moves, and we'll see. We'll probably go up to 2 or 3 more turns and see if this attack is successful or not, and then we'll now narrate the rest and say good game, guys. But yeah, it's basically all happens. All depends what happens on this attack now. I can't wait to see it. I hope that you're liking the video so far. Obviously, this is going to be, I guess, published at least a couple of weeks in advance. So, yeah. But thank you very much all for watching so far. Thank you very much for being patient. Sometimes the dice are a little bit uncooperative, and we'll see you on the next one where we get some more action. See you then.